his starting point, even though maybe the end result is what he had in mind is quite similar to what we did now. His starting point was from the individual, very personal, inner self of people, and which is important, obviously, but it didn't work with the group. First of all, because we have a different approach to things. We look for the common ground, for the seeking kind of the common, and then working from there as a collective, as a community, and then you find your individual, the individual meaning for yourself in this. But there he started, and this also kind of repelled people because there was a person they didn't know well. Suddenly they had to talk about their traumas, their most secret issues in a way. So we kind of changed this around, and we went from the point where we start, maybe also just playing with each other, you know, like making funny exercises, jumping around, getting crazy, creating weird characters, superheroes who fight each other.
Creating possibilities.
Creating like a space where you can try out stuff, and then from there something developed. And people found a meaning, also the individual meaning, because now each of these characters has an enemy, has a cause they're fighting for, and they can identify with this.
Make them big, make possibilities, create possibilities, and then in that environment, people will find different ways of getting there. Dahlia is going a very different way, through changing her costume and so on, like, you know. And then Zainab, who's starting a solitude, not a different enemy and so on. Everyone. Different, you know. Ivo just liked the idea of creating these lions and so on, like, you know. But he's now fighting the food industry worldwide, you know. And he's got arguments for it. It's interesting what's come up now. If you're an artist in residence in a normal art, I don't know how it is normally, you're a resident. You're still an individual on your own, and you go around and you find things. You're still like a UFO. Artists and community halls are like UFOs, you know, in society. They don't really mix with people. This was meant to be an artist and community project, And the thing is, this community is not just community, it's an artistic community. But which is not recognized, but it's still an artistic community. And the youth are organized, so they were very critical very quickly, which may not have been in other projects. We're saying, what's this? We do normally this, and this. They have their own categories and their own experience. So they could compare it and say, this is not working. It's not just us, they told us.
And also they have their own agenda and interests. So that's what we try to also find in this project. What can we make, which experience are useful for our artistic work, which Artie can share with us.